lot of us women have learned how to moan to the point of making our moan sound good, and we make it sound sexy. And moaning is a social construct. Hi guys, welcome again to the Womanhood University. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. So as you can see by the title, we're just gonna dive right in, okay? Now, before y'all jump on me in the comments, you have to listen to what I have to say. It goes deep. Moaning is a social construct. Yeah. I had the same reaction as a lot of you did when I first learned this. When I first was reading about conditioning and just really a lot of the things that we do as humans that are wired, and moaning is one of those things. So let me tell y'all how moaning became a big sexual staple, right? So if you think about the movies that started, I can't say a time, but you remember, y'all know, when y'all grew up, there were so many movies where if you saw a sex scene and you saw people and screaming, and you thought that's how it's supposed to be. And also a big portion of moaning comes from porn. When you watch porn, first of all, like our generation now, we have been so easily tuned into porn. And it has become a thing where we view porn as how sex was really supposed to go. So for me, I would say I first found out about porn websites. I went over a family member's house and she showed it to me on her computer, and I was shocked. I was about 10 years old. And in my house, my mother didn't, I had no clue about these things. But I saw that and I'm just like, oh, like this is how it's supposed to go. And I wasn't interested at 10 years old for sure. But that's when I first saw it. I'm like, wow, what the hell is this? And I didn't see it again until I turned 15. I didn't see it again until I turned 15. And growing up, you believe that it's supposed to go this way. You believe that you're supposed to moan this way or you don't like it. You're supposed to moan this way or it's not fun. You're supposed to moan this way or the other person won't think that you like it. And that's a big thing. A lot of us women moan because it makes the moment, I guess. And it just makes the other person feel good. It makes the other person feel like you're actually in it. You don't want to just sit there and be quiet because you really want to engage. So if you got, this is a very deep conversation. If you understand social construct and conditioning, it's way deep down that you learn how to moan. That is what I'm trying to say. Yes, there will be moments where you make noises. It's natural. Animals make noises, you will make a noise, but I mean that constant moaning, that's sexual. And, a lot of us women have learned how to moan to the point of making our moan sound good, and we make it sound sexy. And most times moans aren't really sexy. If it's a real genuine moan, it may not be sexy. Ooh, I'm onto something. And I may be the first to ever say this and post a video on it. But anyway, I know this will be around for years to come, and I want women to learn. This is what the Womanhood University is about. Like I stated previously, sounds come natural. There will be natural sounds that a human makes because it is so pleasurable. So when you're in the moment, what you want to do other than, well, if you want to get out of that, social construct, what you want to do is make sure you have a partner that is understanding of what you're trying to do, right? And you tell them things like, I want to try things a different way. Like, let's try to be mindful and let's just breathe over moaning and we make our natural sounds. And, being with someone that can understand that will be like, okay, cool. Like, let's try it. Let's see how far and deep we can go. Trust me, it will go deep. Breathing. Here's what you want to do. So like I said, get the right partner, 1. 2, let's breathe in for out 4. Breathe in 4, out 4. And you just repeat that while the action is happening. Like, don't try to rush somewhere and don't try to fix your mind to moan. Like, you just breathe, and focus your energy right down wherever the action is happening. Okay, so you're breathing in and out, and you're putting all your energy into wherever the action is happening. And once your body comes up with that natural sound or whatever, whatever feels so good that it just comes up in a sound, that's the sound you actually make. Instead of just, trying to sound sexy and just trying to moan because you want to satisfy the idea of sex, or the idea that you made in your head of sex, or you want to satisfy the other person by, making some sexy sounds. Use the sound that naturally comes up. Honestly, it will be hard to do something like this after you've been conditioned to do it the other way. This is going to be extremely hard, and it does require a sort of connection to that person. So if you don't feel like you have a person, please try this when masturbating. Let that be your first try, actually. Get your rose toy or your dildo and just breathe in, breathe out with whatever you're doing. And that'll be your first practice. When you realize that you don't really have to moan, when you realize this was not designed to be some, you're going to realize that, wow, this was a lot more powerful than me faking some sound and trying to be sexy and trying to satisfy the other person with my sounds. Let me pull a side note. Sex was never even meant to be what we've made it, right? Sex is not recreational. Sex is a sacred practice. Sex is a sacred ritual of two people. And I do believe we've made it recreational, and we've made it something that it's not. And that's why a lot of people aren't being fulfilled. That's why a lot of people cannot enjoy themselves. That's why a lot of people are addicted to porn. It's just become something so beyond what it's meant to be. And that's another thing with the breathing. It takes you back to that sacred space of two people sharing a soul, two people sharing energy in a moment. I mean, that's only gonna register to a few people that watch this, because that is a strong sense of understanding that you have to realize that. If you want to research deeper into this, you can read this book. I love this book. This book has actually taught me that moaning is a conditioning and that you should be breathing. I hope you enjoyed this piece of content, and I hope you share it with the world. I hope you research it. I hope that this becomes something profound to you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Womanhood University.